Welcome to season 2 of the Fit to Love podcast show. Hello and welcome to Fit to Love Tasty Tuesdays. All about cooking, all about nutrition, and all about you. Enjoy the show. Did you know that there are 7 factors that contribute to weight loss resistance and having success with weight loss? Want to find out if one of those factors is sabotaging you? Come on over to fittolove.tv/quiz and find out. Today's show, a high-protein, non-dairy pudding. Probably now you've heard about chia seed pudding. Maybe you've heard about it on Pinterest or in health magazines. I'm sure you heard that chia is a superfood. And on the show, we did a high protein, non-dairy yogurt substitute, which was chia seed yogurt, basically. Because I miss being dairy-free, the pudding and the yogurts. And while I can have them in dairy-free options, they don't have any protein in them. The yogurts have no protein. Of course, pudding doesn't necessarily have protein. So this is even better because you're now going to have a healthier dessert. And it's great to do on a detox. There's literally almost no sugar. It's full of good healthy fats, fiber, and of course omega-3 fatty acids and protein. So this is one that I made. We're going to make again on this show. And I want to show you the thickness of it. Okay, it's been in the refrigerator for a couple days. It does not last long in my house. Be careful. I would not make too much at one time because it's very easy to eat. It's very good. All right, so a chia seed pudding. Now my favorite recipe is something I just made up with what I had in the kitchen. I wanted something chocolate peanut butter. So of course you can make many variations. You can do things like I did a pumpkin spice one. I added pumpkin from a can with pumpkin pie spice. I added some vanilla. I added some stevia to make it sweeter without extra sugar. And I'm not a fan of stevia, like there's an aftertaste to it, but in things like this, it's great. And you can't tell, there's no aftertaste because there's so many other flavors, and the full fat from the coconut milk or the coconut cream just sort of help to cut that back end, on your palate that you get from stevia. So again, pumpkin pie spice. This is one that I've done that I really like. And actually this one's sweet potato. I ran out of pumpkin, so I made sweet potato casserole, and I ended up using some of the sweet potato for a sweet potato pie version. I've also done fruit ones. So you can do, this is a blueberry raspberry, and you can make them for breakfast, or you can have this for dinner too, or for dessert as well. You could do an apple pie spice. You can cut up some apple and add cinnamon and maybe some toasted flax in here as well to give it that extra sort of pie-like flavor. So I'm going to start off with a container about this size. The basic recipe is 1/4 of a cup of chia seeds to a cup of coconut milk. However, really it's about consistency, and you have to decide how you like it. Do you like it soupier? Do you like it thicker? And then play. And this is not going to hold a cup of coconut milk, so I'm not going to really measure. I'm just going to go based on the container, and I'm adding extra things to it actually. So to make it high protein, we are going to use some protein powder. So I'm going to add my chia seed in here. It's pretty much the same recipe as we did for the breakfast, except we're going to add a few other things to make it a dessert. So I think that anything you can add protein to for dessert will just help satiate you faster. It's obviously better for you blood sugar wise. You'll get more lasting energy from it because again, you have protein, fat, and fiber, and probably some carbohydrate. And now your body gets to break that down over a longer period of time. You're not gonna get a sugar spike. You're not gonna get a crash. Your blood sugar is gonna be regulated. So I think that, when you can add protein to your desserts, do it. Why not? Then it becomes a meal. It's like more than guilt-free. I mean, it's like a health food. You're having a superfood health food for dessert. I mean, how you can't get better than that. So I've stirred in my protein powder. I added like 1/2 of a little cup that comes with it. So it's not, a massive amount of protein. And then for the flavoring, I'm gonna do chocolate peanut butter. And I've got the powdered organic peanut butter and powdered organic chocolate peanut butter, which each of them have, this is 4 grams of sugar, and this is 3 grams of sugar. I believe there's stevia in both of them. There is. There's a little bit of regular coconut sugar, which is better for your blood sugar, so they're still paleo. And And again, the stevia thing, you can't even taste it in here. So I like mine a little more chocolate than peanut butter. So I'm gonna add, and I don't have a clean spoon, so what I'm gonna do is just pour the chocolate in. I'm gonna say that's about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit more. I'm gonna add probably half a tablespoon of the peanut butter in here. And if you like even more chocolatey, you can use regular cocoa powder. And you're gonna need to add, if you use cocoa powder, you're gonna need to add a sweetener. So then that's when you put in some extra stevia. I don't think this is gonna need it because I've been doing this now for a couple weeks and enjoying it tremendously for dessert every other night. Okay, so after I mix all that around, I'm gonna add my coconut milk or my coconut cream. And then I'm gonna stir it around and put it in the refrigerator. It does not take that long for it to become like gelatin. The chia naturally absorbs all the liquids and becomes a gelatin-like substance. And I'm sure you've seen the chia seed drinks at the health food store. So you're gonna taste and go. It won't take long. If it's too watery, just add a little bit more chia, stir it around, and it'll thicken up. If it's too thick and you have some room, just add some more coconut milk or water, stir it around, and it'll become thinner. And it will look like my chocolate peanut butter chia seed high protein pudding.